Now we're going to show you 3 ways to access your vehicle with our new wheel well to wheel well or bed access cast step. You'll notice on this particular one, there's 3 steps per side. 1 for each of your cabs and 1 to access your bed. We have it on our 5.5-foot Chevy today. Most people are probably going to use it on 6.5 and 8-foot bed, Super Duties or HDs. Same main extrusion as our traditional hex hoop, but we've improved the stepping surface with our new cast. It's a larger, more secure step surface. Still has all the abilities to be adjusted fully based on where you want your step position. 3 links, depending on your make, cab size, and bed size. Custom fit brackets, and you're good to go. Next, we're going to review our rough step board. Rough step comes in a lot of different configurations. Cab only, full length, and rear for your transit vans. They're also available in steel and aluminum. Both have texture black powder coat. This is the ultimate board when it comes to fleets and utility for function and traction. We've also improved our end cap design, so check it out today. Next, I'd like to show you our line of bumper steps. All steel construction, no drill insulation. It's got a cast aluminum, textured step surface, so nice and secure place to put your foot. It doesn't flip, it doesn't fold, but it'll help you get in your truck. Check out the full line of applications today. Next, we have our serrated hitch step. Couple features on this. We put an 8mm and a 10mm wrench on the side and that all important bottle opener. All steel construction, texture black powder coat, nice serrated step surface, so lots of traction to help you get up in the truck. 2 different options when it comes to mounting. A lockable through pin hitch or our anti-vibration mount that we give you a cam bolt to make sure that thing won't rattle around. Check it out today. Next in our line of hitch steps, we have our NXT hitch step. This gives you a large, secure step surface, all the great features and benefits of the NXT board, compact in a hitch step. Next, we have our aluminum series of cab racks. They're available for full size and mid size, both with mesh like you see here and without mesh, texture black powder coat, gloss black powder coat, or silver. The big advantage of our cab racks is the channel itself. You can slide all your tie downs, your ladder mounts. We also have beacon and light mount applications to be able to mount your hazard lights and things like that to it. If you've seen some of our other videos, you'll notice on our mid-side application, we also have an overland kit. We have a new part number coming out soon for the full-size truck. Not only will it make for a good overland kit for your full-size truck, but a lot of you construction workers will also find a lot of value in that. Next, we're going to go over our Hex Series bolt together cab rack. It has all the great features of our Hex Series aluminum rack, but it bolts together. So you can slide those crossbars infinitely along that main extrusion to position them where you want, above the cab or to protect the glass. It also accepts all our traditional Dee Zee Hex Series tie downs. Next, we're going to review our universal Hex Series crossbars. 2 part numbers fit most modern trucks, mid-size and full-size. You just choose based on what you have. I've already got the front set up there. Next, we're going to go through the parts and the install process. Alright guys, pretty simple install when it comes to our universal Hex Series crossbars. You don't have a lot of components. You got your base bracket, your clamp bracket, and a couple pieces of hardware. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your base bracket and you're going to install your square head bolt and flange nut. Just leave that nice and loose so you can slide it in later. Next, you're going to take your clamp bracket and you're going to install that into the base bracket. So hold it up to the 2 slots, take your hardware, again, loosely install this. Alright guys, the final step after you got everything loosely installed is to take your base bracket and install it into your crossbar. Alright guys, after you got everything loosely installed, you're just simply going to lift it up, place it on the truck, slide your bracket into place, and then next you're going to measure from the back or a point to make sure that your bars are square. Alright guys, the last step of the install is to tighten everything up and get your clamp set. Take your base bracket, make sure it's square against the bedside, push the clamp bracket all the way up as high as you can get it so it's up against the bed cap and pinching the side of the bed cap, tighten down your bolts. After that, you're going to want to set your distance of your crossbar side to side so it's nice and square, and then tighten up your flange bolt. You'll notice a couple things on the base brackets. It's not really an emoji, even though it makes the people driving beside you smile. That's actually designed to to house one of our Chevy tie downs, so it gives you another tie down point. On top of that, its eyes aren't eyes. It's designed to accept another one of our Hex Series extrusions, so you can bolt a Hex Series extrusion to the side of it and get more possibilities. Next, we're going to review our Hex Series side rails. A wide range of applications, all aluminum extrusion and die cast tie down with steel powder coated hardware. I'm going to walk you through some of the features and benefits and go through the install, so stay tuned. Alright guys, here's some hardware example that you'll get when you order our Hex Series side rail. This is for a new body style Chevy, but they're all pretty similar. You have your front stake pocket clamps, rear stake pocket covers, front cover, the die cast stanchion. This is the rear bracket for the Chevy, and the hardware that you need. I've loosely assembled a bracket here so you can get the idea of how that's going to work. So you're going to take your bolt and your square nut for your extrusion at the top, your die cast stanchion. Through that, you're going to run the bolt through the die cast stanchion, the stake pocket cover plate, into the mounting bracket. So you're going to put Tinnerman clips on both the bottom and the top. So this is an example of the Chevy, and we'll walk through how this installs in the truck next. Alright guys, on the first step of the install on the rear of the Chevy, and we really chose the Chevy because it's the most different with the triangle stake pocket, and it actually goes through the bedside. So you're going to take your bracket that I showed you earlier, install your two Tinnerman clips. You're going to use your fingers and hold it down in that stake pocket. You're going to take your bolt and your washer, and you're simply going to hold this bracket and get it lined up with that Tinnerman clip and loosely start it. You're going to want to take that bracket and pull it up as tight as you can get it against the top of that stake pocket. Take your Allen wrench that we provide, tighten this down, not quite all the way, but nice and snug so you can make sure that you have some play in that bracket if you need to move it. From there, you're going to take your die cast stanchion and the hardware and your stake pocket cover. You're going to line it up with that bracket, make sure that your stake pocket's covered with that bracket nice and tight, and you're going to tighten that down. From there, you're going to repeat the process at the front using the front stake pocket clamp. Alright guys, to finish the installation, you're simply going to take the Hex Series extrusion, line it up with the cast tie down, slide it to the front, do the same at the front, and then you tighten your two bolts once you get it positioned where you want it. Alright guys, that completes the install of our Hex Series side rails. I wanted to make sure that you were aware that we also have some accessories for our Hex Series side rails. First being our Hex Series tie down. Hopefully you've seen this in previous videos, but if not, it slides right in and allows you to have a tie down infinitely along this extrusion. The second accessory is our Hex Series crossbars. They add right on with no drilling and give you great places to mount your rooftop tents, bike racks, ski racks, whatever you may need. Next, we have our Chevy tie down. Hopefully by now, you know the Silverado and the Colorado come with a bunch of holes in the bed. Why not put a functional tie down? No drill installation, sold by the pair. You should be selling these to everybody that walks in your shop. They're like counter candy. Check them out today. Next, we're gonna go over our heavy duty bed mat. 3/8 thick, skid resistant, chemical resistant, impact resistant. I don't know why anybody would own a truck without one of our bed mats. Steel bed, aluminum bed, it doesn't matter. Just buy a bed mat. Next, we have our tailgate mat. We've already shown you our bed mat, and it doesn't matter if you have a steel or aluminum bed. Same thing applies to the tailgate. It doesn't matter if it's steel, aluminum, or even plastic. Buy one of our universal tailgate mats and protect it today. Our tailgate mat is universal, so it will require some drilling. It does come with all the required hardware. Next, we're going to go over our line of tailgate protectors. We also have a range of bed protection for your side bed caps, so check out those applications. Available in gloss black and bright tread, simple install with 3M adhesive. Let's check out the install. Hey guys, again, a pretty simple install when it comes to our tailgate protectors. We give you the alcohol wipe to prep the surface, peel back your 3M adhesive, line it up, press it up against the tailgate itself, give it a couple hours for that adhesive to wet out, and you're good to go. Next, I want to go over the Dee Zee line of universal mud flaps. They're available in black tread like you see here, bright tread, and injection molded. I don't know why you'd own a truck without a set of mud flaps. Protect your investment. Check out the line from Dee Zee today. Next, let's get into our line of tie downs, both in bed and accessory. Let's take a closer look and see how they fit your needs. Here we have our range of tie downs, both in bed and accessory. Let's start with the in bed. Previously in the video we showed you the Chevy and how that installs. The Ford installs very similar to that using the auxiliary plate in your F-150 or your Super Duty. The Dodge is a little different. Every new body style Dodge comes with a hex series hole in the bed. You're going to use the provided nut zert and tool to set those in there, and then you're going to mount the flat plate. From there you're going to install the tie down itself. So this gives you a nice tie down area up high and easy to reach. But we've also designed this to work with our Dodge cargo management system. When it comes to our accessory tie downs, we have our hex series tie down here that you can use on the Jeep roof rack, the side rails, the crossbars, your Dodge cargo management system. Lots of different uses for this little guy. We also have our cab rack tie downs. These are sold in a pair, and they make a great accessory to be able to clamp ladders or lumber and give you a really secure tie down system. Next we have our Red Series line of toolboxes. The Red Series is really your everyday guy that's going to throw his occasional jumper cables and a little bit of light duty construction equipment. It's 056 construction, and it comes in a wide range of different shapes and sizes and colors. Bright like you see here, gloss black, texture black, low profile, side mounts, chests, gold wings, you name it, we pretty much have it all when it comes to our Red Series toolbox. Let's take a look at inside of it, and I'll go over a couple of the features and benefits that the Red Series brings to you. Alright guys, on the inside of our Red Series toolbox, we have our open foam steel gasket, self-adjusting striker, our double V lid stiffener, heavy duty gas shocks, our injection molded tray, and then we have independent hook style latches. Next we're going to review our Blue Series toolbox. This is the heavy duty construction level box when it comes to the Dee Zee lineup. 072 construction, formed hat style lid for ultra stiffness, large ergonomic push button so it's easy to get in your toolbox even if you have your hands full of tools. It comes in a lot of different configurations as far as low profiles and side mounts and chests, so check out the one that fits your needs. It's also available in gloss, clear coat like you see here, gloss black, and texture black, so check out the applications that fit your needs. Let's take a closer look on the insides, and I'll go over a couple of the features and benefits inside there. Alright, inside the box here you'll see we have our heavy duty bulb seal, our self-adjusting strikers, our single V but welded stiffener, our heavy duty steel tray with dividers that are also removable. You got a multi-stage rotary latch that really helps you ratchet that lid down so you get a nice tight seal. And we've designed our end piece where it actually wraps around and is formed into one piece that creates a side divider for you. So that multi-stage rotary latch really allows you to ratchet that lid nice and tight. Next, we're going to go over our line of poly boxes. The poly boxes started way back in 2007 with our poly triangle. And from there, we've expanded into many different shapes and sizes, and we'll go over a lot of those today in the video. Here we have our poly crossover. It's available in two sizes, 70-inch and 63 for your full size and your mid-size trucks. This isn't your normal poly box that you saw back in the 80s that was sagging down the highway. We spent a lot of time designing and developing features into this so it won't sag, like the aluminum extrusion on the back that rests on the bed to support it. We've put an integrated lip across the whole box so it doesn't get wet in your car wash test. It's fully lockable, double wall blow molded lid. We use a steel striker on the inside as well as a steel sliding lock, so when you lock that box, it actually sucks that lid down. And when you see on the inside, we've got a lot of ribs, so it's going to support the weight that you need. Check this box out today along with the rest of our poly boxes. Hey guys, now that you've seen the poly crossover, let me introduce you to the rest of our poly line. We have our poly port chop or wheel well box. This is a universal wheel well box that can be installed on the driver's side or the passenger side of your truck. The lid can be configured to open either direction, and it does have lockable storage. This is our small poly chest. This is great for mobile, so if you're moving stuff from job site to the van or the truck or campsite or fishing, real good box for a small amount of gear. Poly triangle box, great for the front of your trailer. It also makes great for universal storage, the strongest lid in our poly lineup, as well as a lot of people are using this for flatbed trailers for side-by-sides or cars where they're actually putting the winch in there and running the lead out the back to winch that side-by-side of that car up onto the flatbed trailers. And the last but not least is our large poly box. This is the one that if you fill it full of hunting gear, you're going to need a buddy to probably help you lift up in the truck or into the cabin where you're going hunting. So that's our full line of poly boxes. You can get all the details and specs at DZ.com. Next, I'd like to go over just a couple of our specialty boxes, our 95Ds, both in steel and aluminum. A couple of the unique features of these boxes are the 5-drawer configuration. Each one of the drawers is also removable, but the whole box itself is also removable through the unique use of the base plate system. You can mount this on your truck, in your workshop, or in your van. Through the use of 2 spring-loaded clips, no hardware required, you can remove the whole box, take it into the job site, use it for what you need it for, and then bring it back and securely dock it to where you want it. Check them out today. Alright guys, stick with me, we're almost done. It'll be worth it at the end. Scott's going to give away some cool stuff. Next, we have our line of premium toolbox tie downs. Couple different options, let me go into some details. Alright guys, when it comes to our premium toolbox tie downs, we've got 2 different part numbers. Our F-150 and Super D aluminum bed. Now what that's doing is it's going to disperse the load of that J-bolt and the clamp force so it doesn't damage that aluminum bed. Then we have our premium toolbox tie down. It disperses the load a little bit more than a traditional J-bolt does, but it also has a unique feature in the fact that it can reach down and mount into some of the OEM cargo management systems. We also use this part number to mount our mid-size cab racks for like our overland kit or our Hex Series meshed cab rack. Next, we're going to review Dee Zee transfer tanks. This is one of just many of the shapes and sizes that we offer. We have aluminum and gloss black like you see here, as well as bright. And in steel we offer white and black, and that's a powder coat that uses our NRT Never Rust technology. We've got a lot of different shapes and sizes, narrow like you see here, as well as combos and L shapes and large rectangulars. And then we also offer a line of auxiliary tanks that have an X at the end of the part number. And you can order those with confidence that if you ever get stopped by the DOT, it's DOT approved. Every single Dee Zee tank is tested and pressurized so you can buy with confidence. When you buy a Dee Zee tank, you're also getting our anti-vibration install kit. It uses rubber grommets to reduce the vibration and stress on your transfer tank. Next, we just want to make you aware that we do distribute a couple of the GPI pumps, and you can buy any of the GPI pumps direct from them. We want to recommend them because we believe it's the best pump to go with the best tank in the market. All aluminum construction, so it's lightweight and reduces the vibration going down those roads. Next, we're going to go over our new line of combo tanks. These ones actually come with a pump inside, available in 2 sizes, 47 and 56, 62 and 75 gallon capacity, available in bright red that you see here, and a texture black powder coat. Alright guys, let's take a look inside our new combo tank. You can see it comes with a vented gas cap, a GPI 15 gallon per minute pump, 10 foot of hose, 18 foot of wire, and a pass-through grommet to make it easy install. A few more features of our new combo tanks. We weld on a bracket, but we allow you to be able to remove this chest using the 4 bolts, 2 on each side. If the chest ever gets damaged, you can replace it. We also give you a drain bung, welded on mounting feet, and the Dee Zee liquid transfer tank install kit. Alright guys, next I'd like to go over our auxiliary connector kit. It's important when ordering a tank to order the tank that's right for your purpose. If you're just moving diesel fuel from one spot to the next to fill up a bobcat or a tractor, order a transfer tank. If you're going to hook that tank into your OEM fuel system, make sure to order one of our auxiliary tanks with an X at the end of the part number. That's been designed, developed, and tested to meet DOT requirements. To do that, you're going to need one of our connector kits. Let's take a closer look at some of the components that come with the connector kit. First, you have your shutoff valve and then a 90-degree fitting that will go into the transfer tank itself. From there, you're going to hook up your feed line to that fitting and run it down to the filler neck. In the filler neck, you're going to install the rollover valve into the aluminum extrusion. The aluminum extrusion then goes in line with your filler neck to connect into the system. You'll use the provided hose clamps to tighten all that down, and you should be good to go. Alright guys, you can see we've made quite the mess here filming over the last few days. One of the things you can do in the live Q&A is guess how many days I wore the same shirt. I promise you I washed it. But we got a lot of cool things coming up. Please stick around. Try to stump me on some of those questions. Make sure to get those questions out there. We're going to give away some cool prizes and stuff. On behalf of all our employees here in Des Moines, Iowa and across the country, thank you for your time. We appreciate you watching. We're going to go to the live Q&A now, so stay tuned.